Just your website. Okay. Okay, welcome to the Board of County Commissioners meeting. Would you join me in the pledge of allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome. Have agenda approval.
I make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second motion. First and second. Any discussion? Call for the vote.
Commissioner Wardell?
Yes.
Commissioner Chandler?
Yes.
Agenda for
Yes.
motion passes.
I'm consent agenda.
On today's agenda, I have the June 17th meeting minutes. Termination for Xavier Brown, Norfolk County Detention. A sick termination for Craig Lesser from Data Visa Tech, and a sick termination for Haley Coulter from Data Visa Tech. Then I have a PTO bonus for Robert Gilbert and Lester Gilbert.
Yes. A little bit of a spelling issue. Have a motion.
I'm gonna have to abstain from the meeting, right?
Hmm?
I'm gonna have to abstain from the meeting because I'm not here.
Yes.
You said it twice.
He's still second.
I make a motion to accept the consent agenda.
Second.
First and second, and I'd just say that we need to repair Robert's name on there, but other than that, any other discussion? Call for the vote.
Commissioner Wardell?
Abstain.
Commissioner Chandler?
Yes.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay. Any appointments?
Okay.
Any permits?
Next step.
On to action items.
All right.
That's the right stuff.
Well, Commissioners, first I have for you a detailed budgeting cost analysis proposal from QTADIF for the Gardner Main Street project. This investment will provide the county and the project team with a detailed cost estimate for infrastructure installation and work for the project that exceeds the typical engineered estimate. So what Lewis County has proposed with this this cost is that basically it will help us dial in a whole lot tighter to what we think the costs are going to be. It's more thoroughly verified than a typical engineer's estimate, but just sort of more of a guesstimate. So yeah, so that's the reason for the cost. It isn't broken up in two phases, but the total cost for it would be $11,990. If you want to know more, something like that, I can answer questions, or I can hunt this for a little bit and ask questions of Lewis if I don't have an answer. So.
Yeah, I did have some questions on that. I did some looking into, they sound like a pretty amazing company out of California. I didn't see anything that I could find on a local reference type of a deal or any kind of local work. And they sounded like they were quite a bit larger than our neck of the woods. They're more like a Denver, Colorado Springs, and everything I saw and what they've done in the past was all California regulatory situations. And the only thing that looked like it really would work with us is because we do have such land, higher regulation type land issues out here. That's kind of like California, unfortunately. But I was just wondering about the cost. Seemed like it was pretty high for their hourly fees. And I want to make sure that their knowledge base is not a lot higher than what we really need for that type of a project. But be willing to find out more about it and see
Yeah, and it's cheaper than the typical hourly for an engineer. But of course, I think it is more hours that the engineer would probably spend on an engineer's estimate. So there's a balance issue there. My understanding of them comes from actually from those who looked at them in the past. I'm happy to set up a call. So if anyone want to ask questions.
Is there a timeline on it? Or do they have to have it sooner than later?
Sooner rather than later, for a few reasons, mainly because this is sort of one of the few things that are remaining to be done. When actually will this work be done and finished? And we're very close on this project. We have one big hurdle that we're still working through, which is the drainage. And after that, the project is essentially ready to be packaged for funding. So that's where we are. Can this wait a little bit while? I think it can, personally, but that's also me going off that. I think it's probably wait a few weeks if you want to find out more.
Well, we might just kind of having a like project in Colorado.
Mhm.
I just hadn't seen anything that they had done here, and I'd like to have an analysis of what they've done here for reference, maybe.
Yep.
So even put it off a week if we can talk to the gentleman before next week.
Okay.
You guys have any thoughts?
Because an excuse to keep writing.
Yeah, there you go.
Long
Be more detailed in your notes.
Right. Okay, so we'll come back to that in the future.
Okay.
So those questions. So next I have your request to accept the award of $63,620 from the 2025-2026 Court Security Cash Fund. Due to lack of funding, the award only covers personnel costs for the court security guard. Our application included a couple of security upgrades at the center that will have to wait until funding can be found. So I think we applied for around 90,000. We got the 60. So it's a easy change that we didn't get, but no one got it. So this covers a significant portion of Leon's salary, as well as when we have someone cover for him. That's something that's covered as well. It's Kim's favorite grant.
Mhm.
I'll make a motion to accept the award of $63,620 from the court security cash fund.
Second.
First and second, any other discussion? Call for the vote.
Commissioner Chamberlain,
Yes.
Commissioner Waddell,
Yes.
Chairman Spillier.
Yes.
Motion passes. All right, Commissioners, next I have for you a cost estimate for T-Mobile. This is to switch the county cell phone provider from Verizon to T-Mobile. After review by county IT with assistance of various county departments, we believe that this switch will improve reception for employees across the county while maintaining a comparable cost. Testing was conducted over the course of several weeks using devices from T-Mobile, AT&T, and our current Verizon service. So,
Motion.
I make a motion to approve the quote from T-Mobile and instruct staff to begin the process to switch carriers.
Second the motion.
First and second, any other questions? Call for the vote.
Commissioner Waddell,
Yes.
Commissioner Chamberlain,
Yes.
Chairman Spillier.
Yes.
Motion passes. All right. So Commissioner, next I have for you a draft interim policy for temporary or acting pay. I believe that this policy is necessary to ensure the county's compliance with Carlos Equal Pay for Equal Work Act and to ensure that employees that take on additional duties are treated equitably. If adopted, this policy will go into effect immediately and sunset when the county adopts an updated employee handbook, which we would roll this into the handbook where it belongs.
Make a motion to approve the interim policy for temporary effective date.
Second.
First and second, any other discussion? Call for the vote.
Commissioner Chamberlain,
Yes.
Commissioner Wada,
Yes.
Chairman Boyd.
Yes.
Motion passes. All right, the next I have for you, your second June render run in the total amount of $282,347.82.
I make a motion to accept the vendor run amount of $282,347.82.
Second motion.
First and second, any other discussion?
Yes, I have a quick question. MHSA violation on page 35, 6. Yeah, let me see if I can find it again. There's a payment to the Department of the Treasury for an MHSA violation. Just kind of wondering what that was. It said something about road and bridge, salt, something. First, I'll be able to find it now.
No, of course.
So, not seeing what the amount is yet. How was called Department of Treasury listed in here? Is it Department of Treasury or? It's T first, Treasury Department.
Passed it.
Not even.
Oh, should have.
That has to be wrong. That's the wrong place to go to. U.S. Department of Treasury.
Yes.
Yeah, that's wrong. So MSHA is a state agency. And they handle all of our gravel pits. So if I remember correctly, and I'll have to double check with Dustin, our Levita pit went over the boundary. So this is the, went over the boundary because MSHA made a mistake, but it's our fault regardless. So it is the fine for that, which I believe we've already.
Seems like that is before.
Yeah, that was a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one will be the.
Yeah.
That's it. I'll double check that with Dustin to make sure that's what that is. That should be Colorado, US.
Is it?
Good kids. Is it right or not?
It's correct.
Motion evening. See if that is correct.
So it was a motion by Jim.
Second.
Yes.
Oh,
We were in the discussion page.
Oh, yeah. sorry.
On page 45.
Okay. Any other discussion? Call for the vote.
Commissioner Wendell,
Yes.
Commissioner Chamberlain,
Yes.
Chairman Spivey.
Yes.
Motion passes.
All right, correspondence.
All right. So first of all, correspondence, I have your leave balances as of June 14th. I have the sheriff's office revenues for May. I have the oil and gas regulations for review. We sent these out to American Petroleum and to the LGD, and we found a few issues. So I'm going to recommend that we send these back to the planning commission for a quick once over to make sure that everything's logical in there and to correct the issues. But yeah, so probably a few more weeks before we can put these back before you for final passage.
Okay.
And I would heard back from API.
I believe Sherry contacted her from yesterday, and they're still going to be, they haven't, I think they're still finishing their review, but they said they don't expect to have anything, what I understand. But we'll let them know that we're going to take it back to the planning commission in case they want to participate in that discussion as well. All right, after that, I have a donation request letter from the, which bank is that? That's the First National Bank? Yes. Yep. This is for, they're requesting $1,000. They're requesting a donation for their back to school drive. And they're going to match the first $1,000 of donations. So I don't know if we need to do a 4,000 there, but
Historically.
we want to discuss or we can bring that back to you at another meeting.
Motion.
Do we have funds?
$1,000 somewhere. I'll bring it back at a future meeting.
Sure.
Next time.
Yeah.
That's right back. I'll talk.
All right.
Verify.
Next time for your technical update from CTSI, the return to work program. Let's take an update on Sit Better, Work Smarter for Economics. A technical update on county fairs if I have the risk. And one on chip sealing, safety and compliance. And that is the end of respondents.
Oh. I have a question.
Brian, please.
Brian
Ryan.
or Ryan? Sorry. Can you hear me, Ryan? Can you unmute? Oh, there you are. You're still muted. Still muted. Can't hear you.
There we go. Sorry. There, from this end, there's a lot of clicks that you have to get into to pass into the microphone state. So thank you. Actually, I was just raising my hand for public comment, so I'll wait for that unless you're ready.
Where does the other guy? Yeah, we can go into that. So if you'd state your name and address.
Yeah. Good morning, commissioners, staff. Ryan Geese, Colorado Rhino Plumbing. I was just curious about the research with the T-Mobile. According to T-Mobile, they don't have 5G service in town, even though, obviously some of that does work. Have they upgraded a tower recently to facilitate this change?
That's a question for them. I know we received an inquiry about them about changing out the equipment that they have on the tower in outside of Walsenburg, but the research that we did, the field testing we did is probably a better word, was taking phones and going around the county as we go about our daily business, and seeing which phones worked where.
Yeah, I've done the same thing. We actually get, I'm behind Unplug Grids and we actually get good T-Mobile service here, better than Verizon. I've been trying to switch my company phones and, according to T-Mobile, they don't serve this county with 5G service. So, officially is their answer to that.
Unknown caller.
But, I would take your field testing over our field testing agrees to that too. So I was just curious if there was another, anything that from T-Mobile to designate that. So.
Yeah, I would say, probably checking with the building office in maybe the next couple of months, see if T-Mobile pulled a permit for that tower equipment switch.
Neat. Okay. Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
Mhm.
I'll check back in from our end, our business side too. So I appreciate all that information.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan.
Anyone else? Public comment? Seeing none, on to staff reports.
One correction, commissioners, on that fine. MSHA didn't like a berm that we had and a guard on the crusher. That was the fine and not the unit thing.
Oh, okay.
So for the administrator's report, just that the newsletter could go out next week. You know, if you haven't signed up, would sign up there. I think a pretty decent email with a lot of information. You will receive a confirmation email, and sometimes that goes to junk mail. So double check that it didn't go to your spam, which is happened to get one in a few minutes. The county code, which you guys approved about 2 months ago, is now live on the county website. I repurposed the county ordinances page for it. So it is current through resolution 23-37, which we adopted in 2023. So there'll be more updates coming. And it lets you list out things that are passed but not included in there yet on that page when you click the View County Code button. Couple of positions, land use permit technician closes next Friday, the 4th, as does the Auto County Ford and Bridge, and of course deputy officer and detention officer are open until filled, or open constantly, I should say. And then we have 2 associations closing today, county surveyor and community wildfire protection plan.
All right. Anything from county attorney?
Nope.
Okay. No need for executive session.
Not today.
And we have a 11 a.m. emergency management workshop
Mhm.
and 1 p.m. strategic planning workshop.
Yes, it is budget season.
Yay, team. So do we have a motion for adjournment?
So
Second.
First and second. I won't listen to any discussion. I'm sorry, I'm kidding. Call for the vote.
Mr. Chandler?
Yes.
Commissioner Wood?
yes.
Chairman Spruill?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Brian Joel. 10:23.